what he's doing. He just got up and just started sniffing the air. He's like walking around the house, sniffing the air. I don't know what this is. I feel like he's trying to tell me something. Ouch, he smacked me in my face. Does anybody else's dog do that? Or is it just mine? Like, I already have my suspicions about my house. And since I've had him for the past couple of months, all types of like weird animals have been showing up around my property. Hawks, cats that aren't typically around here, foxes, deer. Like, what's going on? What is going on? Let me know.
Yeah, this is interesting. My parents have a dog and she will not go outside now. It's been 3 or 4 days. And all of a sudden she won't go. One of them has to go out with her in order for her to feel comfortable enough to use the bathroom. And then she runs right back in the house. No more playing, no more just sitting outside. It's crazy.
Anyone else's animals acting like fools? Completely weird, annoying. No amount of walk, playtime, whatever will chill them out. Anyone? Mine are. Exhibit A. Ruby. Just been outside, been out of her crate for about 3 hours, won't shut up. Exhibit B. 11. Never shuts up. Doesn't eat any other food. Wants to eat Twizzlers and friggin' chicken nuggets. Doesn't talk. Only knows how to bark. Good times. Craven. Although he's not barking, he as well has been outside all day, all morning, and still wants more. Just all the attention.
Pet owners, I'm talking to you. Does anybody else have their pet acting really strange? Mine is acting very weird. I have one little dog, Cutie Pie, but she has been very strange lately, especially the last few days. She doesn't want to leave your side. Even go to the bathroom, she'll go up to the door and sit and wait for you. It's very strange. She's never done that. Now we look around the house, and it's either she's right here up under our skin, or she is gone somewhere. We have to go look for her, which is also very, very weird. Like right now, she is upstairs, probably in her little bed, in our bedroom. And I'm like, what? She is panting when it's not hot, and she's just unsettled. Is anybody else having pets that are acting very, very strange? And do they know something we don't?
Okay, TikTok, I need your help. I am not sure what's going on with my dog. I just went for a walk. We usually do like a 45-minute walk with him and his sister. She's over there. But he is just kind of like standing around, and he's been panting. And when we were walking, he just didn't want to walk. It's like he's refusing to move. I don't know what's going on with him. I just called the vet and see if they can see us sometime soon. So hopefully they'll call me back. But like even when I try to pet him, he's not responsive to pets. I don't know, he's being weird. Anybody knows what this is? Even when we were walking, he was just like dragging his hind legs and not wanting to walk. He kept sitting. So I don't know if this is a heat stroke because it is pretty hot outside. I'm not sure. But if you know anything or have any information or recommendations, please tell me. Thanks.
So this is not my normal content, but I have a question. So I have 2 chow chows. I love my chows. They're great dogs. But one of them, actually both of them, have been acting odd for a while. My boy, his name's Coda. We call him Cocoa Puff. And then I got a girl named Daisy, which I call her May May. Daisy May May. I go outside, and May loves outside. She just runs right out the door. But she doesn't do the things she used to do. She doesn't run to the back of the yard. She's not doing she's sitting up by the patio, like that's a safe zone. And Coda, I have to literally coax him outside. Something's bothering him. He just does not, unless I'm with him, he doesn't want to go out. But when we get outside, he will sit in the yard and he'll look at the fence and he'll just randomly bark. And he's been doing this for, 3-4 months. And he's also randomly barking inside the house. And he's never been a barker. So this is like really strange. Now, I mean, if somebody comes to the door and knocks on the door, he used to respond. That's typical of Coda. However, lately he's been randomly barking. And when I'm outside, he wants to be under the table or at my feet, under my canopy. And this is a dog that loves the outside and who was always the first one out the door. Generally always, randomly out. But both of my dogs are acting a little strange. They seem to be on edge and noises are bothering them more. I'm just curious because I just saw another post talking about their dog acting weird. Are your dogs acting weird? Because mine is. And I don't really know why. But Coco is definitely acting strange. And I've had to, shush him a couple times because I get up really early for my job. So when we go outside, it's sometimes 4 o'clock in the morning and I really don't want to disrupt neighbors. But he's like really defensive at the fence and barking. And I know nothing's out there at 4 o'clock in the morning. He's just acting strange.
I talk to past loved ones for a living. Yes, the dead walk with me. However, it's not just human beings that have transitioned that I can talk to. I can also talk to animals. Animals that are living and animals that have crossed over. Let's get into it. Hi, my name is King. I am a medium clairvoyant and I do this full time. Let's talk about what it is to be talking to an animal and what that looks like. So, fun fact about me, because of how deep my connection is with animals and how I used to utilize and still utilize my gifts to communicate with them, I was going to be a veterinarian, to the point that my family used to call me Dr. Doolittle because, I've been like that since I was a baby. So animals communicate with feelings, with images. They communicate with, emotion more than any other being that has connected with me. So let's say you are giving your animal a new treat, right? It's like an animal treat. And your animal is communicating to me that they don't necessarily like this treat because they will show me like this thing and then I'll see literally them putting it into their mouth and going like they don't like it. And I'll be like, okay, like what treats do you like? I'll ask them, like, what treats do you appreciate? And they'll tell me like, oh, and this is where it gets funny because you're thinking like they're going to say like, oh, maybe they like greenies. Maybe they like this, that, or the third. No. They will start describing pizza. They will start showing me a picture of like cheese and like pepperoni and like bread. And I'm like, do you give your dog pizza? And they're like, she's telling you that? And I'm like, yeah. And the owner would be like, we had pizza the other night. I'll be like, well, she thought that this was like an everyday thing. Or toys. Oh my God. So they have a hierarchy with toys. Their most favorite to their least favorite. And this is with dogs and cats and just animals in general, but I have noticed that there is a hierarchy. Now, not every animal cares for toys, but the ones that do, there is a hierarchy. So they will go on and explain on how their favorite toy has gone missing. And they're like, I don't know where it is. Can you tell my mom to give me my toy? And usually this toy is something that they were playing with when they were like little, or when they first arrived in your home. So usually that's like years back, most likely. And you know, with moving and other things, sometimes toys either get messed up or whatever, but they will remember. They will remember that toy, and they will forever crave that toy, which is why when you try to give them something else, something different, they never really play with it as much as they did the first one. And it's because they want that toy. They remember that toy. That's the toy that they want to play with. So I would highly suggest, instead of just throwing it out and getting a completely different toy, try to see if you can get the same thing, because animals like familiarity. Your animals will tell me when they are ready for a bath and they've been waiting for their bath. They will tell me like, hey, I don't like the way I smell, and I don't like the fact that my mom hasn't taken me to go smell better, which for me is like, yes, take a bath, right? And they'll tell me like, even though I don't like it, I feel so much better afterwards. So they will let you know as the owner, like, hey, I'm ready for a bath. And they will describe this in their behavior. They will maybe be a little bit more down. They will avoid certain areas that are theirs. So like their bed, their blankets, if they feel like they smell themselves too much, which is really odd, because you think like dogs, cats, like they have their own scent, but like they do care about how they smell, especially if they feel like they're smelling themselves too much. They're hyper aware of that. Oh, another thing, they know when you are feeling angry and frustrated, which is why a lot of animals tend to be super anxious. So when I am connecting with them, the first immediate thought is like wanting to check in with their person. Like, hey, like they'll tell me like, hey, it seemed like my person was feeling really disgruntled the other day, was feeling really upset. I was trying to lick her, she didn't want to play with me. Something is wrong. And I'll communicate that, and they'll be like, oh my God, like I literally just went through a breakup, or I just finished doing this, that, and the third. Like they will validate their animal's perspective, because animals are very hyper aware of what is going on. Animals also know when you have people over that don't like them. They also know when, you know, either your partner or just anybody in your house, they know who doesn't like them, because they feel it, they know it. They tell me like people that don't like them, like them as an animal, that they almost exude like this smell. Like I'm assuming that what they're smelling is an emotion. However, there's like this smell that these people have, us human beings have, when we don't like a specific animal. And I'm sure that's the same smell that they can smell when these people don't even like you and you don't even know it. So that's another thing. Oof. Our animals will snitch so quick and be like, yeah, my person is having this person over, and that person don't even like them. Like that person be talking so much like nonsense, and that's not how they necessarily talk to me. They would basically say through feelings like, this person makes me feel down and makes me feel anxious, because they don't feel the emotion of love when it comes down to my human or my person. Every time they are with my human or person, they look angry, or they look upset, they look frustrated, they look like almost hate. They describe it as like hate, which is how I know like, oh, you're probably describing like jealousy or envy, or you know, like again, like just this person not really liking who your owner. Like it is what it is, but sometimes they clock it before their own human can, which is wild to me. Animals will also take the moment, because there's not all of them, but there will be a point with some animals where they will start to realize what is going on. And this is what I'm saying, like, a very handful, okay? But they will start to realize what is going on and how we're literally having a reading. But they don't see it as like, oh my gosh, spiritual. No. They just see it as like, wait a minute, you're a human being, and I know that you understand the things that I'm saying. How is this going on right now? Like, they'll have like this moment of awareness. And as soon as they have this awareness, they will start bombarding me with things that they like. I like toys. I like peanut butter. I like this. I like that. Tell my owner this. Tell my owner that. And it only has happened like a handful of times. However, it is quite remarkable how animals can kind of pick up on these things, and has been confirmed outside of the readings. So I will tell my client, like, hey, they just picked up on the fact that like we're having this conversation. It's a little bit different, and they decided to tell me all the things that they actually want, right? Like, they want peanut butter, they want all the guilty pleasures, all the guilty treats, right? And I'll say, you know what, like, you move how you move. You want to give them a treat, you definitely can. It's up to you, right? Just letting you know this, I'm just the messenger. I had a client literally tell me that they decided to hold off because, you know, they were like, not skeptical, but was like, like, let's see. And their animal literally, like, let's say the treat was peanut butter. Their animal all that week that they told me that they wanted peanut butter was at the cabinet looking straight at where the peanut butter is. And she was like, that's not a coincidence. Like, my dog wasn't doing this beforehand, but now my dog is. So that's weird. And I'm like, animals are a lot smarter than we think. If you are someone who is interested in getting a reading specifically for your animal, definitely book a general reading with me. It's possible. It's happened. Just make sure in the what are you seeking section, you put pet reading. So that way I know exactly what I'm entering into.
I'm your friend, or like you're my friend, right, upstairs, and I need a companion. Like, why would you come as a cat instead of coming as my husband, daughter, mother, friend, right? Like, why would you do that? There are many reasons. Most likely what the reason would be is that, this incarnation that I have planned is more important for me than it is for you. And let's say you don't want to play this particular game with you, but you want to contribute a part of your energy to help me out in this life. So you may come through as a pet, because the amount of energy that is required to be a pet is less than to be a human. Very often, right, a pet is going to have a sacred contract with one of the members of the family. It doesn't mean that that pet doesn't factor in the rest of the family, right? Because pets usually belong to families, not just a particular human. But you would find that, very often a pet of yours, dog, cat, even hamster, whatever bird, is going to have one closest relationship. It's like innate to them. It's almost like from the times that they were a baby, they just gravitated to one human over others.
Proof that cats are spiritual animals. His reaction to the things I got from the metaphysical store yesterday.
This is what the spirit of the turtle is trying to tell you. When the turtle speaks, the first thing it's trying to tell you is to go at your own pace, because time does not exist. The turtle does not care to be on time or to please you by going faster or the rate you want it to go. The turtle is only concerned about getting turtle stuff done at his own turtle pace. The turtle is also telling you to create longevity in your life. The turtle is one of the oldest living creatures, and it's telling you to create longevity through your art and through your creations. Think about when you take your time on a project versus when you speed through a project. You usually like that one more. More people like it. You just admire it a little bit better than as if you rush through it. The turtle has created longevity by taking its time and letting other people admire the work that it's put in. Next thing the turtle wants you to do is to create a home wherever you go. The turtle has its shell on its back. Wherever you go, you need to make that place home because the road is long. And to create a solid home, the turtle shell is solid. Create a solid home wherever you go, wherever that is. You are exactly where you need to be as long as you are pushing forward. The turtle has gained its wisdom by moving forward, letting other people come up to him, talking to him, seeing what he's doing. Like, hey, I've been seeing you out here for, a couple days now, couple weeks now. You still just moving, like you going so slow, but you still moving. Keep pushing. And to never overexert yourself unless it is necessary. The turtle moves slow, but have you seen it when it needs to move fast? It actually moves pretty fast. Stop overexerting yourself for these jobs and these places and these people and these things that you hate doing and seeing. Stop overexerting yourself. Only exert yourself when it is necessary by doing the things you love, getting out of these things, seeing the life you want, being the life you want, doing the life you want. Overexert yourself for those things, the things that are necessary.
จะถอยออกแล้วถ้าไม่ต้องตีตูดมันข้างหลังอ่ะอย่าพึ่งเดี๋ยวมันออกมาถอยไปเลยยัง
Yo, family, I gotta know, do you think that this is happening for purpose? Do you think that this is biblical? Like, do you think that there is literally a message they're trying to send? Do you think it's alien? Do you think it's something from above that's causing them to act like this? Do you think it's frequency? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Hit those buttons over there. Like, follow, share, join the family. We need you in here. Stay safe, stay dangerous, stay in the light.
For those of you who are saying dogs are acting funny lately, they are. Do you want to tell them what's going on and what you're telling me? Because yes, I speak with animals and I have for years. Do you want to tell them what's going on? Sweet girl. Energy shifting. They're experiencing our shift in our reality too. So your dogs are acting strange, more clingy. They're acting like they don't feel good. They're exhausted. Dogs are such sensitive beings, just like cats are, okay? All the animals. I'm able to sit there with squirrels and birds that are coming right into my field, right into my yard, literally not moving with my dog sitting there. And every time they come in, they'll move. They will completely move because my dogs will go chase them. Nope. They're sitting right there looking at Luna and Opie, no problem. The energy has shifted so gosh darn much, but look at the Schumann resonance and how it's changed and how we've been going through these like massive kind of like timeline bleeds where we're shifting into different timelines and they're bleeding in with each other. We're exhausted. They're exhausted. We pick up on energy. They pick up on our energy. So as our protectors that are our divine protectors here, this is why they're acting funny. You want to tell them that's what's up? That's what's up. Luna said it first. Remember where you heard it from. Right, Dobby? Just give them extra love. And then hold on to the babies. Give that extra love. Extra love. Remember, they absorb just like you do, but on a more deeper level.
If your pet starts behaving like this, it may be warning you of the jinn. This woman never saw her dog act like this before and decided to start filming.
What do you see? Oh my god.
The dog's back fur is standing up, almost like if it's sensing a threat.
What? Don't get me scared.
Was her dog warning her of evil spirits, the jinn, or maybe something else?
My dog has been acting really weird the last 2 days, and it's actually starting to really freak me out. He is not normally an aggressive dog, but he can be aggressive, especially when I'm pregnant. As you can see, he's a golden retriever, and for everybody who says golden retrievers don't bite, they're not aggressive. This dog, this sweet baby, would rip your throat out. Like those teeth could take this out. I'm just saying. He's very sweet. He's very friendly. Except for when I'm pregnant. And then anyone who tries to separate us is the devil. And he is going to get them. He won't go to bed. He sleeps in a kennel because I have children. And even though he is a golden, he's very sweet. I don't trust him. He's a dog. Okay, but the last 2 days, right? He's not wanted to go in his kennel at all, which is not unusual for him. He kind of like sulks about it, but this is like straight up laying down, refusing unless you pick him up and put him in there. Hi, he's doing this where he needs to be like eye to eye with me all the time. And then he actually snapped at my husband. And tonight he was sitting in the kennel and he was just barking over and over again. And I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Okay, I have had a pregnancy test. I had a blood pregnancy test because of my meds. Not pregnant. So I don't know what's bothering him. But if your dog does this, Christ on a cracker, dude. If you also have a dog like this that occasionally acts weird but normally is totally like a normal dog doing dog behavior, please comment what it could be, because at this point I'm thinking about just taking him to the vet in the morning and making them run a bunch of tests, which will be very expensive, but I love this dog. So
come here, baby. What's the matter? What's the matter with you? Come here. Why are you acting so scared, baby? Come on. Do I smell weird? I don't. I just got out of the shower. Why are you being so skittish right now, baby? You love pets. Oh my gosh, seriously? What's wrong, baby? Why are you acting like you've never been here before? What is it? Baby, what is the matter? It's just the bed. Baby, there's nothing on the bed, babes. You're really kind of freaking me out. You're acting so strange. It's okay, baby. There's nothing on the bed. I swear. There's nothing on the bed. There's nothing, no bugs, nothing crawling. Like, I know it's kind of dark. Sorry, I'm not a very good cameraman. There's nothing, though. What's going on? Hey. Come here. It's okay, baby. There's nothing.
Yo, family, so what do you think about that? With all the weird stuff and phenomenon that's happening around the world, animals are very intuitive, and they usually have an internal instinct that let us know when it's time to hit the fan. You know what I'm saying? Like, so what do you guys think about this? Just like the buffalo near the geyser in Yosemite, that when stuff was starting to happen and seismic activity was happening under the ground, they started to get away from that area. So what do you guys think? Let me know, man. Join the conversation. Join the family. Stay safe, stay dangerous, and stay in the light. I love you guys, man. I need you over here. If you're a real one, you're a truth seeker, tap in with your boy. I tap in back, man. Love you guys. Have a good one.
Has anyone else noticed that animals all over the world have been acting very strange recently? First off, pet owners have been reporting that their cats and dogs have been more clingy than usual, as well as more anxious and defensive, even in normal situations. In other cases, owners have reported that their pets absolutely refuse to go outside or even move, which has led some people to believe that they know something that we don't. People have also been reporting that birds have been chirping basically 24/7, including times like 2 or 3 a.m. in the morning. Birds have also been mysteriously unaliving and falling out of the sky in several different states. Specifically, snow geese and pelicans have been falling out of the sky and not being alive anymore over in Pennsylvania, while birds over in California have mysteriously been spontaneously exploding out of nowhere. Theories on why the animals are acting strange have been circulating, from some believing that it has to do with CERN opening up a portal through its Hadron Collider, to others believing that the Earth's electromagnetic field or the Earth's Schumann resonance has changed, which has caused strange behavior in animals.
There's clearly something going on with the animals, whether it's in the water or whether it's on land. There is 157 false killer whales that washed up on the shore in a city in Australia. On the beach, 157 just laid out throughout the beach. And there's obviously no way to get these 1,000-pound animals back into the water. And so they're going to probably die on the beach. Not only that, you have chickens walking in circles around graves. You have certain doomsday fish coming out of the water that never is supposed to see the surface. You have a bunch of other animals doing weird things like walking in circles or staring at things and staring at the skies. You have so many animals doing so many weird things, and you have to question what is going on. Because it'd be different if it was just the land animals. It'd be different if it was just the animals in the sky. It'd be different if it was just the animals in the water. But the fact that it's all of the animals acting irrational, as if something on the earth has changed in the past thousands of years, it has to be studied. They know either something is coming, something is in the waters, something is clearly in the skies. What is going on with the animals? Because this is something that you do not see often, especially as it pertains to whales.
I don't know if anyone's ever told y'all, but if you get an animal tatted on you, be prepared to start experiencing the spiritual effects of the animal that you are getting tatted on you. With that being said, y'all, today we're going to be discussing what the spiritual effects of getting these animals, specific animals tatted on you, represents for you. Be wise about what you get, but never hold yourself back. So the first one we're going to start with are butterfly tattoos, because butterflies are really common to get tatted, but they're also really symbolic for the purpose that they're very free. Just know that if you get a butterfly tatted on you, your life is about to transform in the best way possible, because things are going to be changing within your mind, in your physical world, all that stuff, and it's going to call for you to take charge within your life. Many people who get butterfly tattoos notice that things start to fall apart in the very best way after they get it tatted, and it's because of that powerful energy that comes with it to tell you you are free, everything's going to be fine, you're transforming, like things are literally moving up from here. And the butterflies represent that very clearly. If you get a line tatted on you, this one calls for you to channel your inner Leo energy dead ass. Because everyone I've seen who gets this tattoo always ends up becoming a lot more confident, like they end up standing up for themselves more. Just really abandoning the pushover energy, they just step into their power so much stronger, so much more. So I'ma tell y'all that if you do get a line tattoo, be prepared to deal with more situations, not in like a bad way, like confrontational way, but more so just like standing up for yourself when you need to. You are going to be tested heavily to see if you are serious about wanting to be treated right. My boyfriend got this tattoo and he prospered after he got it. I don't know what it is, what's in the ink, but this shit definitely works for something. This one is low-key a fave because guys, cat tattoos initiate the fuck out of your psychic abilities. If you wanted to see ghosts before, you're probably gonna start seeing ghosts now because that third eye, wide open. Cats are generally very intuitive and pretty much psychic. Their energy calls for you to start channeling that energy within yourself as well so that you can be on the psychic level that they are at. If you do get a cat tatted, I'm gonna just tell y'all right now, the shit is about to change in the very best way possible in terms of your spirituality and the amount of strength that you have as a psychic. Absolutely clutch. Getting a dog tattooed simply means that you are calling for your heart chakra to be forced open in your favor, of course. Because the dog is known to be kind, loyal, loving, friendly, all that stuff, the energy of the dog tattoo is going to call that you start to see things differently in terms of how kind you are to others, to be more loving towards others, to start forgiving more, and to just be a very kind person. Like, it's something about getting a dog tattoo that forces you to just be a fucking kind person. And we love that for you because that's how it's supposed to be. Oh, and also know that your communication is about to be forced open. Like, you're gonna have to talk to people to really understand people, like to actually try and give a fuck. The last tattoo discussion for today are koi fishes. I specifically chose koi fishes because people don't just get fishes, they usually get koi fishes. Getting koi fishes tatted simply means that you're gonna be okay. Like, literally, you are going to overcome every single obstacle that you thought you had, and you're gonna see that it was nothing because that bravery is gonna be coming in so strongly now. Whatever you thought was blinding you before, know you're gonna get past. And that's on the koi fish. If animals naturally love you, I've got good news for you. You are somebody who has good energy and a good soul, and the way that this is known is for the simple fact that animals are extremely intuitive. If an animal likes you, I promise you upside down, left and right, that animal has seen the aura that you emit and is liking your energy, thus them being so easily drawn to you. This is a very similar occurrence to when babies randomly stare at you because they like your energy, they can see it and they're digging it. The only difference here is that animals don't fucking play. If an animal picks up that you have some sort of weird vibe going on, they are going to avoid you or they're going to attack you. They're not going to like you though, and they're going to make it known to you that they don't like you. And the reason for this is because they naturally don't like to be around people with bad energy. So if you are someone who walks through the park and ducks follow you, or dogs or cats, whatever, but animals just always seem to like you no matter where you go, even if it's to a friend's house and their cat hates everybody but loves you, that is an amazing sign that your energy is thriving, bitch. Like, keep doing what you're doing. And if this does ever happen to you, tell that animal thank you because they're complimenting your energy, honey. They said that energy, chef's kiss, bitch.
Can't come with me, man.
If you got an elephant tattoo, you tapping into the energy and vibration of leadership, ancestral knowledge, and protection. Elephants also hold the energy of good luck and prosperity. So you can make a lot of things come to fruition in your life if you got an elephant tattoo. This tattoo also will help you stay grounded. If you got a tiger tattoo, you tapping into the energy of authenticity, fearlessness, and patience. Tiger tattoos also help you unlock creativity. It helps you tap into a more deeper form of your own creativity. If you get a snake tattoo, you trying to tap into your own DNA activation. Snakes or serpents represent your kundalini energy that's within your body. So if you trying to tap into a higher version or higher form of yourself, definitely get you a snake tattoo. If you get a dragon tattoo, then you tapping into the energy of aura protection and transformation, like alchemy. Dragons are fierce protectors in the spiritual realm, so definitely get you a dragon tattoo. You trying to protect yourself spiritually. If you got butterfly tattoos, then you tapping into the energy of soul freedom and heart chakra activation. So if you feel like your heart is closed, definitely get you some butterfly tattoos, fam. Let me know what kind of tattoo y'all boy got in the comments so I can do a video on them, fam. Share this to anybody that y'all know got these tattoos. Love y'all boy, peace.
Your animals that you have here on Earth, whenever they pass over,
They will stay a part of your soul family. They will remember you. They will remember the things you did for them. The bond we build with our animals here on this earth are just the same as the bonds that we have with our actual family. That's why, you know, everyone these days calls their animals their child, because quite literally it's a part of your heart and it's a part of your soul. And whenever you lose an animal, it is devastating. It hurts. It's like losing a piece of you. But I need you to know, one, when animals make it up to above, they're in a very, very happy place. They'll be with other animals. They'll get to be with your family. Everyone gets to be together up there. And their soul will still very much be with you. They'll remember you. Your animals will even still give you comfort from above. And that bond will never be forgotten. And I actually want to share a really crazy story. There was a time I did a session like 2 years ago, and someone booked an appointment with me. And what was crazy about this, she didn't have physical family members show up first. I was like, hey, I know this is weird, but you have a dog showing up for you first. And I was like, for some reason, your dog keeps laying on your belly. And she said, well, Erica, I'm pregnant right now. And then she started crying. She says, also, the dog that I had whenever he was here on this earth, she said, I was in an abusive relationship and I was pregnant with my first child then. And the dog would always lay on my belly. I remember how emotional that touched my heart. She was crying. And I was like, it's so weird that your dog shows up first. She was like, well, Erica, my husband's a skeptic. And I told my dog that if this was real, show up first today. And that's a session that I'll never ever forget. And that was one of the first times where I really realized, like, whoa, these bonds we form with our animals truly never go away.
So I made a video a while back about the spiritual meaning of having bunnies in your yard. And today is July 1st. If you're seeing this, happy July. Oh, and happy Cancer season. Well, I went on a walk today, which I don't do enough of. And I saw not one, but 2 bunnies that crossed my path. And like big ones. So I would honestly call them rabbits. But anyways, the spiritual meaning for seeing bunnies, especially like in your yard, is good luck, abundance, fertility, new beginnings. And I feel like personally, me seeing them on July 1st, it, you know, definitely feels like new beginnings are coming. I feel that personally, energetically, in my personal life and in my business. And I've been seeing a lot of angel numbers. Like, there are times in my life when I see a lot of them and then I don't. And lately I've been seeing a lot of them. So I don't know about y'all if you see bunnies often, but I've been seeing them pretty frequently. And when I happen to go for a walk, when I do, they always happen to cross my path. And I'm always like, okay, universe, I see you. What are you trying to show me? What are you trying to tell me?
So now we see, because everybody like, well, what's the point of animals then if it wasn't created if they wasn't created for us to eat them? They were used to help grow the ecosystem. These was help used to grow your plants, your produce, your crops, and they help till the ground. They help keep the ecosystem balanced, and they help keep the ground balanced for your soil. Go through its process of anthropomorphosis, for you can grow all the vegetables and fruits and herbs that you need to assimilate with the body. So when you look at the anatomy and the physiology of a so-called black man and black woman, there is not one part or piece of our physiology that ever said that we should be eating any type of animal. It goes against the whole physiology and anatomy of your body. You don't have claws. You don't have them long canines. Your digestive system is not, your digestive tract is not short enough. The hydrochloric acid is not in your stomach. It can't even break down these foods. I mean, if you literally just get inside the scientific world and look at the anatomy of your body, it was not created and nor never will be created to eat meat. And we see why we having all these problems, because we have forgotten what food is.
Did you know the color of your cat tells you what type of energy they're bringing into your home? Let's get into it. Calico and tortoiseshell cats are good fortune and protection. They also bring vibrant and unique energies to your home. Gray cats represent balance, wisdom, and neutrality. Their energy is considered very calming and grounding. Tabby cats are linked to friendliness, adaptability, and nurturing energy. White cats are symbolizing of purity, peace, and healing energy. They are believed to bring calmness and tranquility into your space. Black cats are often associated with mystery, protection, and intuition. In some cultures, they're seen as lucky and can ward off any negative energy. Orange cats are associated with warmth, energy, and creativity. Their presence brings in positivity and playfulness. So that was a very generalized meaning about the types of energy your cat brings into your home. I'm going to create a second video, and that one is specifically going to be for us witches and what it brings for us in our spell work.
I want to come to y'all real quick and just chop it up about the spiritual side of animals. You know, your animals, children, friends, family, all of these things is like your fingers. Your mama, your cousin, your pit bull, your squirrel, your bird, your homeboy, whatever it is, they're all extensions of you, like your fingers. Just like we are extensions of God. We are God's fingers. We are God's thoughts, his earlobes. We are an extensions of each other. So with that being said, your animals, they take on negative and positive energy for you. So if you're wondering why your pup is feeling bad, why they vomiting, why they sick, why they having little reactions to things, it's because little did you know, believe it or not, your animals take on energy for you. They're natural alchemists. They naturally alchemize everything. They're pretty much spirits that have already learned the lessons. That's why animals are so amazing to humans. That's why they're man's best friend, because they already learned their lessons. They're constantly grounding. All fours are on the ground at 24/7. So whenever they're around our energy field and they're taking on, and people is sending their projections towards us, those projections can go through you into your animal, kind of like a wire connection. And they transmute those energies and give them off to Mother Gaia through their grounding. You see what I'm saying? Animals naturally transmute the energy around you. That's why they say treat your kids right, treat your family right, treat your animals right. Because all of these people are extensions of us, and they naturally transmute energy. Listen to what I'm saying. Treat your kids, protect animals.
These are animals as omens. So if you see these animals, this is a sign for you. Owl means be careful, something huge is coming. So if you see these animals, an owl, a rabbit, a crow, a deer, a ladybug, a dragonfly, snakes, cat, lizards, and spiders, these are signs for you. Now let's break it down. If you see an owl, it means be careful, something huge is coming to you. If you see a deer, it means that the heavens want you to know that you need to have faith. The spider means a friend will come and provide help. A rabbit means forces of nature are with you, abundance and fertility. Ladybug, messenger of joy and good luck, especially ladybug. Lizard, your dreams reveal something important. The cat, hidden forces and spiritual powers are near you. Dragonfly, omen of fairy present. Snakes, your passion will open gates. And crow, the truth will appear. Go ahead, screenshot this, do what you gotta do, but pay attention, because if you ever read The Alchemist, then you understand what I'm talking about. These animals come as signs.
Okay, yeah, so last night I stayed up till like 2 a.m. starting on my knotless braids. I did the first half. The back, we ain't gonna talk about that. So normally when I go to bed late, I sleep through the whole night. Like nothing's gonna wake me up until it's time to wake up. But in this case, I woke up at 4 a.m. So it gets hot in this house, so I lift the window up to get natural, like cold air in here. So yeah, I woke up at 4 a.m. and I heard a owl hooing. Like, I'm an animal lover. I went to college and got my animal science degree. I'm a country girl, you know, But I know in something is spiritual. So I prayed, 2 through 4 a.m. That's some spiritual hours. You know what I'm saying? If God wakes you up during those times, you just got to pray. So me hearing an owl for the first time, as long as I've been here, I'm like, okay, well, let me pray. So I prayed that away, and I prayed, to cover this house, my loved ones, and everybody that I know. Like a little bit after the owl stopped. Mind you, this is like a regular house. Like, I have neighbors beside me and in front of me. Like, we have a road that separates us. Yeah, so the main point of this video is that animals can be monitoring spirits too, or sent by someone. This isn't the first time. At my old house, we had like a lot of land. We had a neighbor with horses, you know what I'm saying? We had a backyard with woods, you know what I'm saying? Like, any animal could come, like snakes and all. I was a country girl. I love animals, so I would play with them, But this woman that my mama knew, she was very spiritual. God gave her the gift to see stuff. Ever since she was little, she would see stuff at the end of her bed, you know what I'm saying? And she used it for the good, through God. She prayed, and she said that she had to pray some animals away from us. me being an animal lover, I'm like, what? Like, you know, animals, I love animals, but yes, not all animals are normal animals. Like, if you know the basics, like cats, you know, owls, snakes, who else? Like bugs, all that stuff, it can be intertwined into spiritual stuff. You know, if you've seen Harry Potter, you know, Professor Dumbledore, he had an owl. He was a warlock. Witches and warlocks they use animals. There's always truth behind most of these movies. I'm not saying go look and all that stuff around your house. I'm just saying pray around your house too. Not just in your house, but around it too.
Cats are incredibly powerful beings, and they can actually help you on your spiritual journey. First of all, cats have pineal glands just like us. They're able to see between worlds. They can feel energy. They are extremely sensitive to it, and they are well aware. They help to transmute the energy in your home. They will absorb negative energy and release positive energy. They are able to notice entities and sometimes either bring your attention to them or actually help get rid of them themselves. Cats know when you need healing. They will come and sit on you and purr to help cleanse your energy. And just the frequency of the purr helps put your body in a state of homeostasis and helps you to start healing. Cats can astral travel with you and help to be your protectors. It's best to have more than one cat, especially if there's more than one person living in the house, because it is hard for each one of them to do all of the work of the energy transmutation. It's better if they have a bit of a team. So if your cat is a little overweight, it's usually the excess energy that it's holding on to. If you got another cat, you might notice they start to lose weight.
Animals absolutely communicate. I had a reading with a client the other day, and as I was doing her reading, her cat jumped into the session. And not jumped in physically, but spiritually, because he wasn't in the room when he kind of like sidetracked the conversation. You know, I asked her, do you have a cat? You know, a male cat to be specific. And she said yes, but he's not in the room with me. I said, it's okay. We're going to just try to see what he's trying to communicate here. And he said that he was experiencing some kind of discomfort. And it equated to something like crystals in the urine, something about him trying to use the bathroom, but it feeling weird. Not necessarily hurting, but something feels wrong. So I told her, maybe if you're giving him new food, maybe he's not drinking enough water. Like, there's something about him using the bathroom, he's saying, and it feels weird. It could be something as simple as crystals in the urine. So just kind of watch over him, observe him, and see how he is. Mind you, this client, has 6 cats. So to be able to pinpoint which out of the 6, first of all, is talent, okay? Talent in the sense that this cat did everything, communicated everything to be able to pinpoint exactly who we're talking about. So I told her, he's like an expert in communication. He must be a little bit older. And she was like, yeah, he's definitely the oldest cat out of the 6. That makes sense. So I told her, definitely take him to the vet. But meantime, I don't know if funds are there right now, but just watch him, observe him, make sure he's drinking water, and make sure you're observing how he uses the bathroom. I know you have 6 cats, so it could be hard, but like if you see him going to the cat litter, try to see how his experience is, because there's something going on. Fast forward, I get an email today, and she says that she took said cat to the vet. And it turns out that this cat had feces stuck in his colon. So they literally had to unclog him, basically. And she was like, thank you so much for letting me know. I would have had no idea because he wasn't behaving any different. And that is why I love what I do.
You want me to pet you? Yeah. You're beautiful. You're gorgeous. You're a beautiful cat. On today's episode of Animals Can Definitely Sense Spiritual Energy. I've said before, I love my beanie so much. She's too stupid to be a familiar. And whenever I say that, people are always like, oh, no one said familiars are intelligent. You don't know my cats. I love this animal more than I love myself, okay? Don't get it twisted. She's dumb. That said, we're decorating the place a little bit. We've got this whole area set up. Now she has never hopped up here before. Never. Not, and like, it's a shelf. Like, cats love to hop on shelves. She's never hopped up here before, okay? Tell me why. As I'm setting up this crystal grid and saying some intentions and manifestations over it, that is when she decides to hop up here. She didn't see that I was holding tiny objects in my hand for her to bat around. She didn't see what I was holding because she was standing right there. Came out of my boyfriend's office, didn't see anything. Decides to hop on up here. I know. Why is this crooked? I know she could sense some shit, which makes me feel as though I'm doing something right.
Let's talk about the spiritual meaning of elephants. Elephants represent many things. They're symbols of luck and prosperity. They're also powerful beings that use their strength to remove obstacles and negative forces. The elephant is often associated with inspiration, longevity, and perseverance. What's more, the elephant is known to have an excellent memory as well as the ability to pass on its ancestral wisdom. With its ancient soul, which has lived for many years, elephants inspire and help you to know how to live a balanced life. Elephants invite you to connect with your own inner wisdom. The animal's wisdom will help guide you to the right decision and clear the way for you to find good things and cultivate happiness. Elephants also represent loyalty, power, wisdom, and fertility. Elephants invite you to become more aware of your own power. This powerful animal generally symbolizes invincibility. It is capable of lifting over 1,500 pounds or running fast despite its weight. When elephants appear in your life as a spirit animal, it is to prove that with willpower, you can achieve it. The elephant also helps you gain self-confidence and learn to speak your mind and share your opinions without fear or shame, essentially strengthening your personality. Elephant omens come into your life to help you tackle problems with courage and determination. Elephants teach you to recognize your own strength and to use it in the best way possible. Personally, I love elephants' quiet confidence, how they have the ability to destroy everything, but they don't. Elephants are represented in many cultures and often venerated throughout the world. Buddhism believes that the Buddha chose the form of a white elephant as one of his many incarnations. In Hinduism, there's Ganesh, the god with the body of a human and the head of an elephant. In Africa, elephants are considered the rulers of the forest. In my opinion, they are the true king of the jungle. Their gentle nature and control of their strength is something truly admirable.
Number 2, if strange dogs always seem to like you or seek you out, it's because they see the divine light in your aura and they know you're the chosen one.